Welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into a totally fascinating text today, one that fundamentally rethinks our conscious place within the universe. Listen, if you've ever had that feeling like there's some kind of hidden structural framework connecting your mind to the physical world around you, well, you are in the exact right place. We're going to unpack a document that explores this incredible concept called the beautiful being, and we'll analyze exactly how the source material breaks down our profound connection to the cosmos. I want to start by throwing this profound question directly from our source material right to you. Are you the artist of your life, or are you just the drawing? Seriously, take a second to really think about that. I mean, most of us just kind of walk through life feeling like the drawing, right? Like we're a finished product, just reacting to the paper we were sketched on. We feel acted upon by the universe. But the text we're analyzing today argues something completely different. It suggests we actually hold a dual role in reality, and understanding that duality, well, that's the key to unlocking an entirely new state of existence. Okay, let's dive into this by defining the core concept that anchors today's entire explainer. The text defines a beautiful being as the ultimate realization of a person who has achieved harmony with the quantum entanglement of the universe. Now, notice the specific language being used here. It doesn't just say feeling peaceful. It uses a complex physics term, quantum entanglement, to propose this highly structured, almost physical alignment between human consciousness and the foundational energy of the universe itself. Now, you don't just stumble into this ultimate state by accident, of course. The text outlines three very specific active pillars required to reach it. First up, mastering the core self. This is all about knowing exactly who you are right at your center, your anchor. Second is embracing coevolution, which is the understanding that you are growing and shifting right alongside the universe itself. And third, harnessing focused emotions to literally shape reality. These aren't just passive little suggestions. This is a very active framework. You've got to master, embrace, and harness your internal world to hit this profound cosmic harmony. According to the source, the universe is not just some chaotic collection of random events. Actually, scratch that, it's described specifically as a constant flow of energy. The authors argue that absolutely every manifestation out there, whether it's a living, breathing human or just a solid material object, contributes to what they call a beautiful masterpiece. So reality is presented not as random chaos, but as this carefully orchestrated dynamic flow that we're all actively participating in, whether we actually realize it or not. Building on that, the text uses some seriously vivid metaphors to explain our place in this flow. It views every single individual as a crucial, interconnected piece of a classic orchestra, or like a specific, vibrant color within a piece of divine art. And this perfectly ties into the concept of the microworld and universe, which the source brings up to show how our consciousness and our physical bodies aren't separate from the universe at all. They're integral parts of a unified existence. The whole argument here is that you aren't just sitting inside the universe, you're a vital instrument playing in its grand symphony. A real game changer in this document is the idea of inherent potential. The text asserts that every single being already possesses the necessary quantum energy to become this elegant masterpiece. You don't have to go out and search for it, you literally already have it. The secret, according to the source material, is unlocking this potential through what it calls DNA activation and neurological upliftment. It frames our biological and neurological evolution as the actual physical mechanisms that allow us to step into this state of higher consciousness. Section 1. The dual role, artist and drawing. Now, what's really interesting about this concept is the breathtaking paradox it introduces. We are simultaneously the visionary artist of the divine art and the physical drawing itself. It's like you're the hand holding the paintbrush, but you're also the paint drying on the canvas. To truly grasp the whole idea of the beautiful being, we really have to understand how the source believes both of these roles operate at the exact same time. Let's dive a little deeper into the artist side of the equation. As the artist, the text defines you as a totally active participant. You aren't just sitting back watching reality happen. You are using imagination and focused intention to influence the quantum energy cloud around you. The authors describe this as the practical application of what they call your quantum brain and your entangled emotions. In the context of the text, this means you have the ability to actively decide what your reality should look like. And then, through the sheer force of focused consciousness, you condense that universal energy to actually shape and manifest that reality. But then, on the flip side, we have the drawing. As the drawing, you are the physical manifestation of all that universal energy. The text explains that this side of you is anchored by your core self. Your core self serves as this steadfast, unchanging base. It's the solid foundation that keeps you grounded while you're simultaneously being drawn and continuously shaped by your physical interactions with the universal flow. It's a delicate balance, really. You need that unmoving anchor of the core self to withstand the immense dynamic currents of universal energy. Section 2. Achieving quantum harmony. So, what does this all mean? According to the document, being in harmony with quantum entanglement means living in a very specific state. It happens when your internal energy is in perfect alignment with the origin, or the source of creation. It's kind of like tuning a radio. You're tuning your personal frequency, your thoughts, your entangled emotions, so precisely that they perfectly match the fundamental frequency of the universe itself. And when that alignment finally happens, the friction between the artist and the drawing just disappears. So the absolutely crucial point here is what happens when you achieve and maintain this connection. First, by sustaining the flow, you aren't just helping yourself. The text says you literally contribute to the stability and harmony of the entire universal energy field. You become a pillar of stability for reality itself. Second, it leads to a unified existence. You move completely beyond just being a passive observer of your life, stepping into true, active mastery over your existence. You become fully aware of your power and your place in the whole thing. And I think this captures the entire journey beautifully in this ultimate summary quote directly from the source text. The source states that a beautiful being is someone who has, quote, transitioned from unknowingly being part of the universe to knowingly participating in its coevolution as both the visionary artist and the elegant masterpiece, end quote. Wow. That is a transformation right there. Moving from ignorance to absolute undeniable awareness. You step out of the dark and recognize that you are painting the masterpiece of reality with every single thought, while simultaneously being the masterpiece yourself. Which leaves us with one final, pretty massive thought to close out today's explainer. Based on the framework presented in this text, the ultimate question is, will you remain just an observer, letting the universe draw you, or are you ready to pick up the brush, tap into your quantum brain, and knowingly participate in this cosmic coevolution? The canvas is right there, according to the source, and the energy is waiting. Thank you so much for joining me to decode this incredible source material today. We'll see you next time.